Two daddies. Judging baddies. Welcome back to another episode of Two Daddies Judging Baddies. We're two everyday normal dads who happen to be geniuses and are better at everything than everybody else. It's beautiful. Look at our ballroom.
It's the most fantastic,
most beautiful ballroom.
not linked to Epstein in the slightest.
Yes. Stop talking about
all
Charlie
the Democrats.
I sat with him one time. I said I was sad. Stop fucking talking about it.
I sucked one dick, and they have pictures.
They have pictures. The Jews are going to get me.
Well, who made it through the intro this time?
What do you mean?
Our listeners.
Yeah, nobody. They was like, fuck this podcast. We see what's going to happen. They're going to talk about their feelings on here. A bunch of libtards. God, they're going to talk about feelings.
They're too woke.
Microaggressions. We will, all right? And we'll give you trigger warnings.
And we'll aggress you microly as well.
Next episode, we'll do one that's like against liberals, which I don't know. What do you do? I'm like, no black people allowed. I don't know how you really, write the sentiment that you're making fun of somebody. Oh wait, no, would that still be in the? That would be. How do you make fun of liberals?
I like that.
Or how do you dissuade them?
Neither side likes comedy when it's against them.
Right. Yes.
They hate comedy that is against them.
Right. But I think that our listeners are mostly just normal people.
Yes.
That's just like, we don't give a fuck.
And it's so great.
Open up the podcast how you want to.
We
see where
love
you were
you.
going. Yeah, we see where you were going with that, guys, and we were along for the ride. So, guys, this is the last episode for the week before the bonus episode. It's been a hell of a week. Okay, my picture just fell down.
The ghost.
Yeah, there's a fucking ghost.
ghost
In there.
just
There's no
pushed it
draft
over.
in here at all. Wow. Now, would in any other place would a regular piece of paper that's held up by nothing fall down?
I think not.
Must be ghost.
Ghosts.
My daughter watched the Conjuring last night for the first time. All the way through it. She finally made it all the way through. Like a good one. We did, what is it called? Host or something like that, where they have the seance on the webcam. Now, when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's a fun little idea of a horror movie. Halfway through that movie, I'm like, I can't fucking breathe. I love horror movies. I'm like, this is rough. So my daughter was like, I'm tapping out, Dad. I'm like, yeah, I want to too. Can I turn it off? It's really good. And that's a very good ambience. So check that fucking movie out. It's so good.
Host.
It is, it's just like when you look up good horror movies, they never mention it. And then when you look it up specifically, they're like, yeah, one of the best of all time. Just crazy, out of the blue, just was like, here's a phenomenal horror movie. I need to look up that director too, see what the fuck they did after that, because that was a very well put together movie.
So I just want to take a second and ask that if you are not subscribed to the podcast or don't follow us technically, go ahead and do that, because our percentage of people that actually do that is like 30%.
Podcast 101, you never do that before you get into the meat and potatoes of your...
You don't know Podcast 101 because you haven't listened to a single podcast in your life?
I looked up Podcast 101, how to make your podcast popular. I looked that up.
I literally listened to multiples, and after they give their first intro within like a minute and a half,
first intro.
Then
it just has nothing to do about Reddit. You know what I'm saying? Our intro doesn't, because we went to like the Donald Trump thing, and then I went to a horror movie thing, and nothing that has anything to do with the podcast. Someone's just like timing the podcast and was like, and it took y'all 17 minutes to get into the first story. And then 14 minutes to start the story after you read the first line of it. So if you guys want to wonder why you are not Joe Rogan right now.
Well, he just talks to people. So there's never we have to get into it.
I'm sorry. Like, even when he was just like, I am going to have a very one-sided political season, Joe Rogan still feels like that guy. I was like, if I want to sit around the campfire with him and just, you know what I'm saying? I just hunted. I was really scared. He held me. He caressed me while I shot my first animal. And then I cried, so he caressed me again and talked about how now consuming that animal for energy will actually be beneficial to my body. He even patted me on the belly and he like gave me a little noogie. Yeah. And I was like, thanks, Joe Rogan. And he's like, don't mention it, bud.
Yeah, that seems like similar to the guy that I would think he is.
It seems like it, right? And he's like, here, try this bear burger. And I'm like, where'd you get that from? He's like, I just pulled it out of my cooler. I'm like, but your cooler has no ice in it. He's like, it doesn't matter. It's going to be okay.
It's nature.
It's nature, yeah. All right, so this is from Our Entitled People, our first story. And it says, my friend is mad that my brother won't date her. All right. My sister has this friend named Lisa. Both 26. Lisa has always had a crush on our brother Philip. My friend is mad. friend is mad. My brother won't
It's her
date her.
sister, or
Okay.
it's their sister's friend.
Okay. My sister has this friend named Lisa, both 26. Lisa has always had a crush on our brother Philip. Philip is 33 and has no kids. Lisa has 3 kids by 2 different men. We're talking high quality woman. At 26.
And
Lock it down.
looking for the 4th.
When we go out for a date, you're going to pay for all of my kids. If you don't treat my kids like they're yours, I don't want nothing to do with you. Must make 6 figures and drive a Lamborghini. Look, listen.
Look or listen, which one?
Both. Porque los dos. It's so fun to make fun of. Okay, I'm not saying all single moms are like this. Okay, but at 26,
You got 2 baby daddies
so
looking for the 3rd.
looking for the 3rd. Looking for I don't want another kid. I want a man to settle down with, and this is it. All right. So my sister Lisa and I were doing some early Christmas shopping. I was going down the list of what I was planning on getting everyone when Philip came up to Lisa and said I should get him coal. I asked why. She tells me that she's been dropping hints to Philip that they should spend time together during the upcoming holidays. Philip wasn't picking up her hints, so Lisa flat out asked him to be with him during Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like, get to know her and her kids and family during the holidays. Philip told her no. He usually spends time out of the country anyways. What kind of offer is that? Like, yeah, I want you to be dad and come meet my family and hang out with my family. So, and we'll just start a happy family together, Philip. Come on, Philip.
You're a bad mom if you're like inviting a guy to come meet your kids.
Come hang around my children.
Like, I mean, I know he's not random. She knows him because it's her friend's brother. But at the same time, like, you should not be introducing your kids to somebody who is going to be a temporary thing. Like, at least make some sort of inroads to it being a relationship.
Philip not got the puss by now, though.
Yeah, just knock it down. And
Yeah, like,
dip out
obviously he
again.
doesn't want anything to do with it.
No.
I bet Philip has got the puss. I ain't even read it. So I asked Lisa if she thinks Philip should get Cole because he rejected her, and she says, honestly, I always kind of thought Philip was gay, but now I got other suspicions. I looked at my sister in the rearview mirror like, you not going to check your friend? So my sister asked, what suspicions? Lisa says, don't play dumb, y'all. If adult man doesn't like adult women, there's only 2 options.
Oh, come on.
That's, listen, you never assume somebody's a pedophile.
No.
Like, or...
Without any sort
when you
of...
have your kids, if anybody, you assume everybody's
Yes.
a pedophile until you are proven otherwise. You know what I'm saying? I just don't let people around my kids. But you never tell, I think that guy's a pedophile.
Unless there's some sort of data there that makes sense.
That is a horrific title to whoever told that person to. If this was not his sister's, which honestly, I'm beating your ass.
Why aren't they fighting?
Yeah, I'm beating you. We dragging you in the fucking front seat of the, you going to be in the passenger seat. I'm wrecking the car, beating your ass. But, that's just gonna hold on to whoever you tell that to. So what a fucked up thing. I saw my sister wasn't gonna say anything, so I told her. So I did. I asked, so because my brother doesn't want to be with you, he's either gay or a pedo. She said it's not even that. He doesn't want to be with me. He won't even give it a chance. That's weird and not fair. He won't give us a chance because I have kids. So I'm like, yeah. If Philip dated you, he'd become an immediate dad, like day one. That's crazy responsibility for anyone. Then Lisa cuts me off and says, Philip is a 33-year-old man and needs some damn responsibility. What, bitch? No. What?
Wait a second, though. You want to, like, hook up with this guy. You think he might be a pedo. If he was a pedo, he would most likely want to hook up with you because then there are kids there that he can then abuse. Like, none of that makes sense in the slightest at all.
You really got into the side, inside the mind of a pedo right there.
No, the fucking
No,
woman,
I'm saying
the way
good
she's
detective work. Aha! Whoa! Back it up. Was not accusing Dylan of being a pedophile. I was like, ooh, good detective work.
Yeah, like, I mean, if you're accusing the guy of legitimately, like, being attracted to children, you have children.
I'm so sorry, Dylan. I love you so much. I'll give Dylan a mouth kiss later.
I don't want one.
That's fucked up.
I don't kiss smokers.
So you don't kiss yourself 2 days out of the week?
I never kiss myself.
Dylan? Yeah. I hang out with Dylan, so I know Dylan things. She was yelling, so I yelled back, his responsibility is not your damn kids. Then my sister finally speaks up and just tells us to calm down, and I was getting taken home. What? That's so crazy. Also, just, my God, the entitlement. This is entitled people. So yeah, I was about to say, I thought it was in Am I the Asshole? I'm just like, the entitlement is just getting to me, but we got to do more R entitled people.
I like
great.
them.
Yeah, this is great.
There's also another one for like entitled parents. I think that one's going to be a good
Hell
one. Too.
yeah, we'll print off a lot of those. We're about to, obviously, you see that, I don't know, you can't
dwindling.
See
No,
there's
they
no
can't.
wide, but our stacks are dwindling from the absolute just me and Dylan fucking getting you the content that you need on time. But God, the entitlement of this lady who's just like, 2 different men has given me 3 different kids. Somebody needs to raise these kids because it ain't gonna be me. What the fuck? You let them hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single mom.
Is that
now
a song?
You're a single mom.
I feel bad for single moms that are in the category of like they hooked up with somebody that appeared to be
I'm
decent.
have his kids. You ain't give it a second thought. Now I don't know how the song goes, but it's so catchy. And I think it's a Ariana Grande like parody or something like that. I don't fucking know. But what'd you say?
It's just sad that like there's dudes out there that don't step up and be a fucking dad when they do that. But then like women that think that they have like a decent guy decide to have kids with them, and then it all falls to shit. And then they're stuck.
Yeah, but there's a big difference than a lady that understands.
I'm not talking about this one.
No. I do want to state this also. There's a difference than a woman that does have 3 kids by 2 different dads who's just a good person. Like, who is a good person. Once again, people will be the Prince Charming, and then a kid comes and they'll be like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. We're not saying this. We're saying once you start acting like this, that's when we bust out the jokes and the songs.
Yep.
I get home and was telling my mom and Philip about it. We had a laugh. It's just crazy she's upset my brother won't date her. She tries to slander his name by calling him a possible pedo or a gay man because he has no interest in her. Oh, what do you think it's slander if he's gay?
Yeah.
Wow.
Homophobe.
Wow.
That microaggression.
I have been microaggressed.
Was that macro though?
That was macro. That was no micro. That was homophobia. She needs to RL.
KYS.
Blank. Nope.
Oh, can't even do the
Nope, we
the
just do
letters
blank
anymore?
blanks for other people.
Oh, okay.
Us, we are RL.
Ah,
KYS.
touche, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you don't ever want to tell anybody that.
Somebody brought that up. That was a good point.
What? Oh, yeah. No, we probably shouldn't. No, you did bring that up.
I did. I brought it up because it was a listener submission.
Yeah. Sorry, listener. Edit. I keep getting asked why I hang out with Lisa. Lisa is my sister's friend. My sister is going through mental health and addiction issues. This is a solid situation altogether. Wow. Mm-hmm. My sister is not ready for help. We can't force her to do anything. And it's so good that Lisa's her friend doing drugs too. We can't force her to do anything, so we just keep her close to make sure she's safe. She's family. Lisa is a friend that comes out in and out of my sister's life. When she's out, my sister is fine and works to better herself. When she's in, my sister finds herself in chaos and trouble. Sounds like you got a mission. Mission, kill Lisa. I also got asked about my brother's feelings towards the pedo comment. He literally doesn't care. He's got a job in another country and will be out of USA by February. You could slap him right now and you wouldn't ruin his day. Please stop asking why I didn't drive myself. Cars are expensive and I'm poor. Someone pointed out a pedophile joke. Pedophile. Because it spells pedophile.
Oh, because his name is
Phil. If you're a friend of mine and your name's Phil, watch the fuck out. I didn't even catch that. My brother's name is actually Philip. Funny comment thread. Demented Platypus says he was making sure he wasn't going to end up with 4 kids from 3 guys. Kathy Sherrill says this. She only is on the hunt for daddy number 3. She wants a sugar daddy who will help finance her and her kids. And then you got the order of which she would allocate the financing correct.
Her first, then the kids.
Okay, yep. To finance her and her kids, yeah. You got the order of to it, yeah. Well, I need a man that's going to take care of me. And my kids.
And my kids. Mostly me, though. Because I'm a selfish bitch.
I got a friend. He's got 4 kids by 2 different women. And I get it. But he's like, dating's so hard. And I was like, I bet.
I don't know. You've done pretty well for yourself. Got 4 kids from...
Yeah, you got 4 kids for 2 women. So, man, there's been a couple times in my life where a friend, was like, spouse cheated on me or, girlfriend cheated on me. And then they just give every detail. I'm like, man, there's some things we should keep secret. You know what I'm saying? Like I had one that was like, he was talking about the text messages he saw and how the woman was like, yeah, it's just so small, it doesn't satisfy me. I'm like, man, what?
Yeah, why would you give up that detail?
I don't, man. Yeah, I don't need.
I mean, just flip the script and be like, she said it was too big and it was hurting too much.
Don't ever become my enemy. Like, don't do that.
I don't want to have to use this.
But I will if necessary. Okay, I will if the situation necessitates that I use this information. I am not. Who am I? You know, I am with sin, but in that way, I feel like I can cast stones when appropriate. Like when stones are thrown at me, I just can't cast the first one. I will cast
The rest.
the rest of them. Yes, all. You will send one stone my way. I will send back a barrage of little dick jokes. All right, and I'm sorry. And this is the power that you have giveth upon me. Obviously, I'm that trustworthy of a friend, though, to not spread his secrets, especially on a podcast.
To, 200,000 streams.
Right, yeah. So, fuck. Sorry, bud.
Well, there was no name, so it could be any of your friends. I wish you didn't tell them about it.
Yeah, fuck you, man. That's a good joke. There you go. There you go.
All right, so the next one is, today I fucked up by pulling away my girlfriend's towel. Fuck up of the year 2016, sexiest fuck up.
Ooh, I wonder if anybody's going to see it. That's why it's today I fucked up.
Well, and this one is, this happened 15 minutes ago. So it legitimately is today they fucked up.
That's the first one. So tally 1 for today I fucked up. Tally 506,7,500 billion for time I fucked up.
Nope.
For it not happening today.
But yeah. As I was brushing my teeth while my girlfriend was in the shower, I had this genius idea for a little old after the shower making an effort surprise. So I'm running around the bedroom trying to clean up the best I can, hoping that the sound of the shower, hell, I can't hear anything in the shower, will drain out of the sound of hoovering. So hoovering, I guess they're across the pond vacuuming. There's a lot of people across the pond on Reddit, the majority of people.
Yeah.
I just assume everything is American and then get proven wrong all the time on Reddit.
I want to, real quick, shout out Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe!
Consistently, Mike and Dylan Hate Drama is ranked top 100 in comedy podcast in Zimbabwe. So
It's going to be our new tagline.
that is our new tagline going forward.
I try to also muffle the sound of the hoovering by putting on some mood music while I clean and set up candles. Massive attack for anyone who actually takes tips from Today I Fucked Up. Have you ever heard of Massive Attack? Never heard of them. I figured also that when I picked up my suit trousers off the floor, geez, they're just rubbing it in that they're not from America. My suit trousers off the floor.
My skivvies.
I should put them back on despite already being ready for bed because she's mentioned before she finds it sexy when I'm all dressed up for interviews and stuff. Quickly threw it on with a half-button shirt and a jacket. Mind you, by this point, I think I'm pretty much done. And what I feel like was the longest shower of all time. Like, she takes long showers normally. I guess most girls do. Lots of hair to wash. But I fucking swear, it's like she knew. She knew that I was going to ruin the night the moment she walked out of the shower and decided to remain until the water gets cold just to be away from my well-intentioned hijinks. So after spending way more time thinking about my move than I should have while waiting for her to finish, yet clearly somehow not enough, I figured what I'll do is walk over to her with some strong as fuck posture, throw her towel to the ground, then carry her off to the bed, still soaking wet, to make some weird fucking snow angel with her wet skin on the bed sheets as the two of us start getting nasty.
She could be dry as a bone. I'm still going to make wet snow angels.
Hell yeah. All fucking roleplay dominant and shit. Hopefully I pull this off and we'll be both choking each other out because we both love that shit. Oh, that's weird. Imagine if you guys like both pass out at the same time in like medical emergency and all of a sudden you guys both just wake up to like ambulances calling. Now here's where the fuck up happens. Just before I'm finished hyping myself out about this, turning around to view the room, making sure all the candles are still burning, all the lighting is just right, and YouTube's playlist isn't going to abruptly end or play an ad, because that's what would happen for me.
Right.
Finally getting ready to like practice my walk and actions and all that, she comes slinking out of the shower while my back's turned to the door. I turn around, about to act out my strides. I'm stunned like a fucking deer in the headlights. Somehow, stage fright seemed to have kicked in at that very moment, and I've forgotten all my lines and stage direction.
Imagine, like, with the YouTube thing, though, like, you prepare all this stuff, and then she comes out of the shower, and you stand up with your strong posture, and it's like, every day, hundreds of children in Gaza are dying. If you don't think you can make a difference, yes, you can.
And
Listen to this poor child who just lost. I lost my mom.
and then you skip it, and then it goes. Oh, that's my jam. We got to get started right now. It's only 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Let's get this going.
Right, yeah. That's the one I bust to.
I try to fucking mumble some shit and point to the candles, but my girl, the fucking angel she is, stops my mumbling by smiling at me, opening her towel and wiggling her hips at me. You're in.
Yep, that's it. Yep, you've won.
Fucking sweet. The stage fright goes away. I remember I was going to pull her towel away, but fuck, she's already dropped it. Nah, it's cool. She's got another towel on her head. I can still do this. I can still do this move. No,
that's the one you don't. Yeah,
Don't touch it.
You just got to fuck Earthworm Jim at that point.
So with a fucking smirk on my face, I stride over the distance to in front of her, ran my hand up her arm, got a hold of that towel, and with all my mighty manly man sense, tried to pull that thing down to the ground. But you fucking can't. It's her fucking hair. What the fuck? She hit the fucking ground. Who the fuck never told us it's their fucking hair? How the fuck is their hair the fucking towel? Fuck. I feel like I'm a massive twat. 'Cause you are. So I'm here on the computer ordering a fucking apology pizza for her while she's drying her hair with the hairdresser. That's weird. The hairdryer in the other room, not the hairdresser.
The hairdresser, yeah. It's your hairdresser. That's a
person, not a fucking...
Or a dresser for your hair. Because that's what I was thinking. I was not. There is a hairdresser.
Shove it in the drawer.
Like, hairdresser? What a made-up word, Dylan. You made up a word. That's a dresser for your hair. Hairdresser is actually a word and an occupation. Sorry, hairdressers out there. I thought you were a wooden cabinet used for storing hair.
So she's drying her hair with the hairdryer in the other room after storming out looking salty as fuck after I ruined the fucking moment and then proceeded to repeatedly shout, "What the fuck?" at her. Yeah, don't do that either. Massive Attack is no longer playing. If she chokes me tonight, it ain't gonna be sexy. You'll still enjoy it though. Probably going to have to YouTube however the fuck women do their hair towel thing so I can understand that voodoo. Babe, I'm sorry. Too long didn't read. Guys, the towel isn't on their hair. It is their hair. What the fuck?
It's like weaved throughout, I guess.
Well, yeah, they get it all. Yeah, no. I've never understood it per se. Even when I had long hair, I was like, I just dry it off and then...
Well, I guess so they're not like
races.
dripping all over the place, I guess.
Yeah, you just dry your hair off and then you don't drip it everywhere.
I guess they don't want to damage their hair. We don't care as men. Well, like if it does, it does.
Yeah, I just don't know how he thought that. Like, I mean, as soon as she's naked, like all the stuff is there. Like, you don't need the hair. What do you need the wet hair for? Just, and then it's gonna make just a actual puddle, right? Like where she's gonna be sleeping.
Just pretend she's Marge Simpson. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. And just homie. All right, hand me another today I fucked up.
All right.
Even though it's time I fucked up.
Nope, it's today.
No, you could have handed me that short one right there. What are you doing? Oh, okay. Oh, nope. This is when you give me the booklet. Nope.
Two pages.
No, but look. It's paragraph. There's some 3-pagers, and then there'll be
here you go. Give me that one. I'll read.
No, I got it. I'll read this one after you do that one.
Well, that one's a good one. See?
Yep. Okay. I read the title. But this one says, time I fucked up by masturbating too long in the shower. Obviously, this is not safe for work.
Not safe for work.
Listeners of the two Daddies Judging Baddies podcast. The next story we are about to read is not safe for work.
Not safe for work.
If you're in a place where you can't listen to a story talk about dicks. Talk about balls. Talk about boobs. Talk about vaginas. Turn this podcast
and buttholes.
Turn this podcast off now, or the people around you will be horny.
Or you can put it in your earbuds.
Yep, that also works. So I, 19 male, live in an apartment off college campus with 3 other guys. Everyone else was at class, and I decided to pop in a microwave lunch before hopping in the shower. I do want to say, when I was in jail for that whole time, I did not masturbate.
No.
And all the guys were like, yeah, you just like do it in the shower. I was like, oh, so I should be, so when I go take a shower, I'm going to just throw my flip-flops on because they got little orange sandals. And here's the funniest part too. So I'm in there like taking a shower, not thinking of the masturbation thing. And a security guard just comes over and he just like looks and then he keeps walking. I'm like,
You beating it?
yeah, what if I was in here just like slapping that thing?
Might have turned him on.
Right, yeah.
Might be one of the perks of his job.
Room for one more? Oh, shit. And it's like the whole fucking shower fills up. I'm like, no.
And then the cameraman comes in to film the prison sex scene.
I'd like to say that Michael fought the good fight. Now, living with 3 other guys and sharing a room with one, there's not a lot of privacy. So I wasn't planning on anything, but got in the shower. Morning Adderall kicked in for my ADHD, I swear. Realized I was naked and it had been a bit and went, might as well. I popped in my water-resistant earphones for a more immersive experience. And also, who likes to masturbate in the shower?
Yeah, and like with media and stuff. Like if you're going to rub one out in the shower, like you're not bringing in a TV and fucking speakers.
Come with me and you'll see.
You got to use your imagination.
A word of pure imagination.
That's what you got to bring.
But also, I'm not sitting there with hot water hitting me, just like.
Yeah. So then you pass out. And
in case the roomies came back unexpectedly, for more immersive experience, and in case the roomies came back unexpectedly, that's why they have earphones in.
that's not a good idea. That
I
means
may
you
have gotten
can't
a
hear
bit
'em.
into it. It was an intense video. So what was supposed to be a quick shower turned into a 40-minute aggressive ham-fisted session of earth-shattering self-pleasure. I walked out a bit woozy. You can imagine to my surprise when I get out the shower to find it surprisingly steamy, but an awful smoky smell I hadn't noticed before. I walk out of the bathroom and into the kitchen to find the kitchen literally engulfed in these giant-ass fucking flames and the smoke alarm going nuts. It turns out, instead of hitting microwave for 4 minutes, I had a 0 and set it for 40, and this set my entire apartment on fire. I immediately ran out and called 911, but they were already on their way. A neighbor had called after smelling smoke. The firemen came down, my whole apartment complex had to be evacuated, lost most of our kitchen and living room, and everything indoors had severe smoke damage. I wound up in the hospital for a few days due to smoke inhalation. My roommates are pissed. I could have died, but not gonna lie, I get why people like being oxygen deprived during sex. Too long, didn't read, masturbated in the shower for too long, wound up setting my apartment on fire. That was a good one.
So
Yeah,
I just
when you handed me the 2 stories, and then he was like, hand me that one. I looked down at the title. I was like, oh.
this one's also in the same vein.
Damn
I
it. Dylan, I could have had 2 masturbation stories back to back.
We take turns.
We do take turns. We do take turns with the masturbation.
Yeah.
What's another word for stories?
Chronicles.
Yeah, with the masturbation chronicles. There you go.
Best of Today I Fucked Up, September 2023.
Oh, it's a best of too. Fuck me for not reading titles.
Today I fucked up when I sucked my own dick.
Nuh-uh. Come on, let me have that one back.
No.
Dylan.
Nope. You can add your jokes all you want.
All right, so hand me the stack of Today I Fucked Up. I want to pick out my next one. This is the last one before.
Why is it a competition?
Or well,
Mike?
this is the last episode before the print talk because that's a good one. Man, what? How did they do that?
You could have read it.
Give me I could have, but I didn't read the title.
You bitched about it the second you got it.
I did. Look, this is like the turtle in the rabbit racing.
All right. I posted this story in another sub, but the mods of that sub removed my post, so now here I am, which is probably where my post belongs considering the outcome. A few nights ago, my girlfriend, 19, and I, 22 male, were supposed to have our first threesome with another guy, 22. The other guy was someone who volunteered with us on weekends at the same animal shelter. These people probably look interesting.
Yep. Oh, man. Hey, look. If you have time, I would like you to go back and watch the first episode of 2 Days Judging Baddies. I'm speaking to you, the listener. And look at that, Dylan. And then look at this Dylan, who is the cocoon is hatched, the butterfly has emerged, and God damn it, it is beautiful.
Why, thank you, Mike.
It's beautiful.
Really hit me in the heart. The other guy was someone who, oh yeah, we already read that. My girlfriend and I were in the process of looking for someone to have a threesome with, and he eventually became our guy. My girlfriend liked him, I liked him, and he liked us. But did he like us enough to want to have a threesome with us? At first, his answer was an awkward, I don't know. However, he was open to discussing the details, and at some point, his answer transitioned from the awkward, I don't know, to an enthusiastic, I'm in! We were all on the same page regarding rules and boundaries based on the amount of planning my girlfriend and I did. It seemed like we were going to enjoy our threesome instead of ending up like many other couples that regretted inviting someone else into their bedroom. We were wrong.
Yep.
Just like everybody else.
Wait, so what is the title of this again?
Today I fucked up when I sucked my own dick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's... I was like, okay, maybe I misheard the title. Maybe he said suck my first dick, and I was like, oh, I thought he said own. Oh, you keep reading. My brain hurts.
As soon as all of us were naked, the other guy had an unexpected panic attack. My girlfriend wanted to call an ambulance, but the other guy frantically informed us that it was something he had to overcome himself. Hey, this is about you. The anxiety of the first threesome. I asked him if there was anything we could do, but he said no. I Googled what to do during a panic attack. According to Google, the treatment methods basically came down to encouraging the person to practice slow breathing and to figure out ways to distract them. As a distracted, I decided to tell the other guy that I was capable of sucking my own penis.
I could suck my own dick, bro. What? Do you want to see? Not.
Well, I think that this guy thing is probably a guy thing. Like, that is what I'm assuming. Yeah. But
I mean, if he knows he could suck his own dick, there's... Would you do it if you could do it?
No.
Would you try it?
No. I don't imagine it's a comfortable thing to like do.
I bet it's like tickling yourself too.
Yeah.
Like you can't tickle yourself. So.
And imagine if he's the Go-Gurt guy and then he can just get, you know.
Oh, he can get right from the tube.
Constant kilojoules. This is my ultimate power hack.
What are you doing? I'm getting kilojoules. I'm collecting kilojoules.
It was true, but he refused to believe me. So I showed him how limber I was by literally flexing. My girlfriend got annoyed at me because she thought it was an inappropriate thing to do at that moment. But lo and behold, we soon realized that it was working. The other guy was beginning to laugh. I didn't blame him for laughing because I looked ridiculous in that position. My legs were almost behind my head and my butthole was visible for all to see. Now, this is the part that prompted me to create this post. On one hand, I was able to distract the other guy to the point of panic attack almost gone. But on the other hand, it became obvious that the other guy was getting more than enough pleasure out of watching me fellatio myself. He was fully erect. I didn't stop because I was unsure if the panic attack was totally gone, and truth be told, I was low-key enjoying myself. The other guy proceeded to pleasure himself while watching me, which prompted my girlfriend to stop me and ask the other guy if it was safe to assume that he was feeling better. The other guy said yes. My girlfriend asked if it was best if we called it a night. Both my girlfriend and the other guy suddenly looked at me for the final say. I could tell that the other guy wanted us to continue, but I could also see that my girlfriend had enough for one night, so I suggested that we abort the mission. My girlfriend didn't really talk to me after the other guy was gone. The following day, she was still distant towards me. I got the feeling that I did something wrong, but she refused to confirm what the problem was when I confronted her. I knew it must have had something to do with what happened between me and the other guy, but the dude was having a fucking panic attack and I did what worked. Was it my fault that it worked a little too well? Was it my fault that it worked a little too well? The answer was yes and no, according to my girlfriend, who eventually shared her feelings with me. On one hand, my girlfriend said no, not really my fault because the panic attack was no one's fault and I did what I thought was best. But on the other hand...
He did what he had to do.
I did it. And I'd do it again.
I'll do it. I'll do it right now. You want what? No, God, no.
Stop.
I'm doing it.
But on the other hand, my girlfriend said, yes, it was kind of my fault because I apparently took it too far when I was fellatioing myself to not only distract the other guy, but also to get off while the other guy was enjoying the show. My girlfriend said I made her feel like the third wheel and what she called supposed to be a straight threesome that turned into a homoerotic twosome disguised as a method of treatment for a panic attack.
She was like, I was supposed to be getting the dicks.
All of them. Two of them at a time.
Two of them at one time.
And then you guys got all
gay,
comfortable in your.
You guys got all gay, and we don't like that. Okay, I was raised in a staunch Christian family. We don't.
That only accepts threesomes.
It's like the self-fellatio is fine though, but the him masturbating to it, that made it gay.
Well, technically, masturbation's not okay either.
Where does it say that in the Bible though?
You're not supposed to waste your seed. You're supposed to use your seed for procreation. You're not supposed to spill your seed upon the ground or some titties. It's supposed to go in a baby-making device.
I think that's in the Catholic Bible, not the Christian Bible. But I digress.
Talk about a mouthful, and I had a dick in my mouth. On a serious note, I apologized to my girlfriend for making her feel left out and explained that it was not my intention to sideline her, let alone arouse the other guy. My girlfriend accepted my apology, but things were still somewhat awkward between us afterwards. Especially, was this the first time she knew that you could do that?
Right, yeah. Like, was this a surprise? Like, a warning, like a warning that you could do that would have been...
That's off the table for this threesome. Don't do that. My girlfriend accepted my apologies, but things were still awkward with us afterwards, especially when we returned to the animal shelter to resume our volunteer work with the other guy as if nothing weird happened. None of us really spoke to one another or made much eye contact, not even when we were walking the dogs from the shelter together. I don't know what to call what's going on, but it feels like I'm the one who fucked up. It was too long, didn't read, but we've been thoroughly through this story.
Yeah, not the asshole. I don't know.
I mean, officially...
What a nice guy. What a nice guy to go so far as to suck your own dick. To pull out another not safe for work, because we can title this the not safe for work episode. We could just make it not safe for work.
Oh, right. See, that's just a wild... I guess those guys were... I just wouldn't be comfortable in a... guy, girl situation. Never had it and never sought after that at all. All the old guys at the factory, they used to always talk about it. They're like, yeah, me and my buddies, all three of us would, and I'm like, why would you do that? And like, just, isn't it more fun just you and the girl or you and another girl and another girl?
Tried, but it ended in a bad omen where I had to pull a paint chip out of my friend's dickhead. So.
Oh, yeah. So you learned your lesson after that first
I was
attempt?
a little like, this is gonna be awkward. But once Jeremy pulled out his pinky, I was just like, I'm the star of the show. Like I felt like
I gotta step up.
I felt like the main character then. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt. No, I felt like I was the one who was supposed to save the village.
I had this. I guess you'd call her a MILF. She was in her 40s. I was in my 20s, and I was like, hey, you down for adding another girl? She's like, yeah, if some other time we can add another guy. And I'm like, well, we'll try and knock out the girl thing first, and then we'll talk about the guy thing. Yeah. Well, we weren't together. We were just hooking up, but no. I don't need to do any high fives, Eiffel Towers or anything.
All right. Yeah, wow, bud. Congrats.
This one is, let's see. Do you want the longer one, or do you want the one that you got?
Can I read the title of the other one?
Today I fucked up by masturbating in front of my entire family.
Yep. All right. Yep. That one's really good too. You think? Yeah, that one's really good too. All right. So this is best of time I fucked up. This is July 15th, 2018. By the way, you said time I fucked up, not the day I fucked up. I am rubbing off on you.
Ah, damn it.
Young grasshopper.
Fucking me up.
I'm rubbing off on you.
Today I fucked up.
All right. So today I fucked up by masturbating in front of my entire family. This happened a week ago, but the awkwardness is still as strong as ever. Stress has always gotten to me pretty easily, but the last few weeks or so have been really something else. Aside from major examinations coming up, pressure to do well for my family, and severe lack of sleep, sometimes less than 5 hours a night, my wisdom teeth were also getting removed in a few days, which I was extremely anxious about. Altogether, I was having a pretty bad time coping with it all. Being the horny teenager I am, I often find solace in my penis and its best buddy, my right arm. So upon returning after getting my teeth removed in what seemed like a dream, oh my God, do you know, I just had a brilliant idea. Because you know how like some podcasts will do the whole, if however many Patreons, reward thingy. We could do something like that, or we could just do the bonus episodes. We could read smut books. Like fucking like mom sex books. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be fucking hilarious. It would obviously take a couple bonus episodes, but we're just sitting there, and then and then he started. Just imagine having to say the words, and then he sheathed his cock inside of my wet hole, and that because my wife was like, "This is not a smut book," and I was like, "Well, every time I walk in, they're having sex. Every time."
she listens to it like on speaker.
Every time. Well, the kids are asleep, or we'll get in our car and she'll turn it on, and I'm just like, they're not. You say it's a fantasy. It's sexual fantasy because I have heard nothing about dragons, wizards, knights, dwarves, and all about
Cocks.
dicks. Yes, dicks. So many dicks.
So it's Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. I'm doing a rewatch of that right now. I lay down in my living room with my family watching TV. I dozed off a couple times and was generally quite disoriented. I started from a second
Different
paragraph.
spot,
Yeah, look, Mike had a stroke right there. All right. Stress has always gotten to me pretty easily, but the last few weeks or so have been something else. Aside from major examinations coming up, pressure to do well in my family, and a severe lack of sleep, sometimes less than 5 hours a night, my wisdom teeth were also getting removed in a few days, which I was extremely anxious about. Altogether, I was having a pretty bad time coping with it all. So, being the horny teenager I am, I often find solace in my penis, and it's my best buddy. My penis and its best buddy, my right arm. So upon returning after getting my teeth removed in what seemed like a dream, I lay down in my living room with my family watching TV. I dozed off a couple times and was generally quite disoriented. Oh no. Being both high off of anesthetics and tired is not a good combination, and after waking feeling drowsier than ever, the upcoming exams dawned on me once again, especially since I had done next to no study at the time. Not really caring to face the problems that troubled me, I decided to reunite the dynamic duo, that being my right arm and my beloved penis, and forgot about it all. And so off I went, except for I forgot one thing. I was still in the living room in full view of my entire family. Somehow, my gassed up, tired brain managed to convince me that I was not in fact sitting with my family or by the TV, but was instead comfortably laying in bed in my own room. I don't really understand how or why it happened. A few seconds in, and I began to notice the puzzled eyes that curiously seemed to be looking at me with expressions that transitioned from shock at my brazen meat smashing to anger and outrage, accompanied by intense giggling. That's Dad. Dad's like, God damn it, boy. He's sitting there being dick for everybody thinks somewhere else. Or it might have been Dad that was mad.
You know any of those dad jokes, like the masturbation jokes? Like,
like the
Dad says to his son, he's like, if you keep doing that, you're going to go blind. He's like, I'm over here, Dad.
I'm over here. I snapped out of it, of course, and realizing the insanity of my actions and behind the pure unfiltered embarrassment I put myself in. I'm not going to talk about what happened next, as I don't want to relive the next few moments. My father is just disappointed. That's why I changed it. I was like, I bet the dad's like, fuck, this is what I raised. A public dick beater. He hasn't talked to me much recently, and the long, awkward silences on the drive home are not too pleasant. My mother believes that we should embrace my sexuality, and it's potentially setting up a group therapy session as I write this.
Oh,
and it's
Jesus.
oh, fuck. And he just started beating his dick in front of everybody. And this is fine. Like, it's healthy.
You got to explore yourself.
Masturbate. Also, you did not get that from your father. Now I'm starting to think that you have a different dad. And I'm just studying my ass off, pouring through books. It's a good excuse to be alone. I find myself hoping that none of it really happened and that maybe I was just dreaming while I was gassed up. But it did happen. And boy, does my life suck right now. Fuck. What was it, like American Pie where he shoots the grandma with the semen or something?
Did that happen in American Pie?
I don't know what happened then.
I remember
all those movies of just like Euro Trip, Road Trip, the American Pies, all of it's just like caked up into one movie that I remember.
My favorite semen joke in any movie is the something about Mary. Where
Yeah,
she's like,
where-
oh, hair gel.
And then it just like slicks right up. Yeah.
That was a good one. All right. Best of Today I Fucked Up of the week. This is July 1st, 2018. It's not safe for work. Today I fucked up by trying to inflate my penis like a dick balloon.
We've all done it. You just put a basketball pump, I guess, and then just and then enjoy your basketball-sized dick.
This fuck up took place 15 years ago when I was around 11 years old. I had recently seen my father's penis. For some reason, as little boys often accidentally do, it got me thinking about how small my penis was. I decided I needed to do something about this. I did some Google searching and somehow learned about penis pumps. So I had to do the math on this. So that was 15 years ago. It was like 2003. I was like, how prominent was Googling back then?
Yeah.
It was.
Was it?
It was still the number one search engine. But I was like,
wow.
I still remember like the shittiest version of the first Google. But it all checks out. Now, my 11-year-old self didn't really understand what this term meant. I, however, knew that I had a penis, which had a hole, and I had a pump. The pump I had was a soccer ball pump.
Oh, fuck.
The ones with the little metal needle. Well, I examined my dick hole and determined it could accept this metal object. I stuck it in. It hurt a little bit. I decided the pain would be worth it after I had a big 11-inch dong like my dad. I added that part. I pushed the pump handle down and pumped air in. It inflated my urethra like a little balloon. Since I was 11, I was not an anatomy expert. The sensation gave me an erection, so I decided it must be working.
Whoa! It's working!
Mike entered the hospital after this.
Right, yeah.
I inflated again. It hurt a little this time, and now it felt like I had to pee. I wanted results, though, and people always say, no pain, no gain. He said no game, but it's definitely gain.
Yeah, no pain, no gain.
I pushed the handle down again. Now I really fucking had to pee. I removed the needle and hobbled off to the bathroom. The sensation had given me a full-on erection, the kind where it is hard to pee. However, I really fucking had to pee.
I pushed a queef out of his dick?
I pushed super hard. No man other than me likely knows the feeling of farting piss out of your penis. I get to claim that, I guess. The air mixed with urine created a sprinkler effect, spraying piss everywhere as the air and pee mixture escaped violently. It really hurt my dick hole. Amazingly, the dick hole was not meant to rapidly expel air from a dick balloon. I confirm now that if a woman blows into your penis during a blowjob, you will not die. Checkmate weird middle school boy storytellers. 15 years later, it still hurts when I pee occasionally. That might be gonorrhea, bud.
You're right, yeah.
I am considering going to a urologist one day. However, I am not sure how to address the issue. The last thing I would want to tell a medical doctor is the actual reason why my dick hurts every now and then. Too long didn't read. I thought my penis was too small, so I inflated it like a balloon. It hurt when I peed.
So many stories about sticking things up your dick hole. Hand me the stack. This is the
We
not
going
safe
again?
for work. Yeah, this is the not safe for work episode. The not safe for work episode. Listeners of the two Daddies Judging Baddies, turn this episode off right now. Just start with the next one. Oh my God. Am I going to? Okay, there we go. Oh, man. Ooh, I don't know which one to give you.
Today I fucked ups are good ones.
God, they're so, yeah, I'm getting the today I fucked ups are that's going to be a mainstay of the.
You gonna use any of these for tiki-taki?
Not the not safe for works, because then we don't make the monies. We don't make the monies. All right. So Dylan, I'm gonna read these titles to you, and I'm gonna let you pick out which one you want. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, time I fucked up by submitting a hardcore furry erotica instead of my final paper. Time I fucked up by letting a delirious woman into my house thinking she had a heat stroke. She was a mental patient from the hospital who proceeded to sit on my sofa and masturbate. Time I fucked up by donating $15,000 to a poor community in Bangladesh instead of the $150 donation I intended. Definitely not safe for work. Very sexual, though.
That might not be right.
Why does it say that, though?
Probably from a previous one.
Oh.
Let me see it.
Yeah, because I looked at it. I was like, how's that very sexual?
Because that's one that I put on top of another one, so that might be wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. Give me that pencil. Pencil.
So I'm going to let you choose between those two. The erotica and then the mental patient masturbation.
You go ahead with yours.
Time I fucked up by losing my virginity, breaking my penis, and getting spiked with MDMA.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's always about the penises.
It is always about the penises. Well, one's about a mental patient just absolutely flicking the bean on.
Well, yeah, but then he pulls his dick out and joins her. So,
I mean, look, it's like a real crazy woman, like a lot of scars. She's like fucking. She looks like something off like The Conjuring and shit like that. And he's just like, you know what? In a bit of a dry spell. So in a bit of a dry spell.
you DTF?
As per, this happened about a year ago in June last year. You're in for a bumpy ride. 600,000 for time I fucked up. 1 for today I fucked up. As an 18-year-old male, I was getting close to 19 and still a virgin. I was very conscious and considerably more embarrassed by it. So when the opportunity came up, I didn't think twice really. Episode 1, How Not to Lose Your Virginity. I met a girl at my best friend's work. We'd met once before and gotten pretty drunk, where we'd made out in the taxi on the way home. She asked me to come over more than once that night. I said no, as I had to work the next morning and I wouldn't be able to get there since my motorbike is at home. About a week later, the same group of us arranged to go out. First to a bar, then a club. We called said girl Norman. So as far as I could tell, Norman and I had both figured something was going to go down. We'd spoken a little online between now and the last outing, and I was pretty confident it was going to happen. We all made our way to the intended pub, where after some faffing about, Norman and I ended up at a table together separate from the group. We bought each other a couple of rounds of shots after some polite arguing over who paid what. So this is where I consider the fuck up began. Now, children, don't ever leave your drinks with someone you don't know or trust. That's what I did. We ordered some Sambuca shots, which I had never tried before. What is that? Oh, okay. Alcohol expert here. I thought you would know.
No, I know.
Kombucha.
Well, kombucha, but then there's sake and.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's Sambucha.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I sprinted to the toilet before we took the shots. I returned. We took the shots, and as far as I could tell, we were all okay. I wasn't feeling anxious anymore, which although unusual, was welcomed. The group, including Norman and I, had arrived at the club we planned. My first bad signal was that I was sweating like a fucking pig. It wasn't hot, but hell, I was sweaty. I don't recall ever sweating so much. Next signal appeared as we walked through the dance floor. Norman had me in the grips of her hands as she dragged me through the crowd. At some point, I lost her grip and stood by some guys. As I recall, the guy was about an inch or two above my 6'2" self. I stood on his foot, and although I knew I shouldn't be doing that, I could not for the life of me figure out what I should do about it. So logically, I stood on his foot for what felt like 5 seconds, just looking into his face blankly. Eventually, and understandably, he got angry and shoved me with some serious force into some nearby people of whom I bounced off of. At this point, Norman managed to retrieve me, and we carried on. Like, what the fuck?
Sorry, boss.
Just standing on his foot, just staring him in the eyes. I don't remember how, but we ended up on some seats in the corner of the club. The profuse sweating was still strong. I think I had a panic attack around that moment and ran to the toilet to throw up, cleaned my face, and returned to my seat to carry on my panic attack with Norman. Next, I remember we were in a taxi alone, just me and Norman. We started making out intensely for the entire journey home. At some point, I found a pink stringy thing on the floor of the car. I decided it was a cat collar. I gifted this to Norman. Inevitably, Norman took me into her holiday park caravan in which she resides with her mother and stepfather. We laid on separate beds for some time. Next, I was trying to undo my belt, which was a great struggle. Although I knew how, I couldn't execute that move. I asked her to turn the lights on and managed to wrestle it off of me. You just tell her to do it. But I mean, you're kind of getting day rape right now. So.
Well, he went into it with the intention.
Yeah, but she drugged him. So then.
Well, that's if she drugged him or he accidentally got drugged by anybody else. Maybe she was meant to be the drugged one, but.
Norman and I copulated for what seemed to be quite some time. She could not get it in, and being 100% unexperienced, I could not help in that situation. I don't know whether I didn't fit or she was just shit-faced or both. Either way, eventually she managed. I could not come for the life of me. I put this down to the alcohol. We eventually fell asleep, seemingly in separate beds. Judging by the morning, her mother came in after daylight had arrived and semi-politely informed us that she could hear us throughout the night. Lovely. Norman asked her stepfather to give me a lift home. I was too polite to decline, although I desperately didn't want to do this. I sat in the car beside her stepfather for the entire journey, only speaking to give directions. Step 2, the herdy dick diagnosis. When I got home, I realized that my member was incredibly sensitive, like unbearably, excruciatingly sensitive. I can't walk sensitive. After some light research, I discovered that this was due to the fact that my foreskin was stuck behind the head of my penis, exposing the glands and causing the sensitivity. I tried for hours in the shower and a hot bath to no avail. It was too painful and I couldn't get good enough grip to move it. I had to unfortunately break the news and explain the situation to my mother so that she could drive me to A&E, as I didn't dare sit on my bike. She understood, and we got to A&E. After some standard waiting in line and awkward explanation to the triage nurse, I had finally been seen by a doctor. I tried to explain to him what happened. He gave me a Sertile numbing gel and told me to go play in the toilets. I did so. After about 45 minutes, I seemed to have fixed myself. I couldn't find him on the way out, and my member didn't quite feel right, but I assumed that was due to stretching of the foreskin. I woke up the next morning. Morning wood happened. Well, morning wood tried to happen. Instantly, I got searing pain at the end of my dick. It was definitely fucked, not fixed. I booked the day off and got an emergency doctor's appointment. After some time, I hobbled into the doctor's office. For the third time, I explained my ridiculous issue. He requested to see. After giving me another tube of gel and told me to lather my trouser snake and wait 3 minutes. Once I done, he came in and tried to fix it himself. I felt a pop back over, and I'd never been so relieved in my entire life. He informed me that I have what is called phimosis, that translates to very tight foreskin. And that's it.
Why didn't the doctor check you out? Like, I mean, you went into the doctor, and I'm sorry, but this story doesn't check out according to what I've heard. It was like 3 weeks later that you got to see the doctor there.
Right.
Like, in your medical system, you do not get seen. You die before you ever see a doctor.
That's right.
There.
You sit in that. You didn't speak nothing about sitting in the fucking emergency room
for 3 weeks,
lobby
just
for
waiting.
Yeah, for 10 hours before they're like, we don't. Probably gas. Get on out of here. That by the
That's
way,
America.
that'll be $15,000, please.
Yeah, and he didn't mention the thousands of dollars he had to pay.
And try to go fart. How does he know that it was MDMA instead of straight nerves, though?
Yeah, and I mean, you can't really, like, he would have definitely known if it was MDMA.
Right.
Because, like, you would have had a party.
Yeah. You would have had euphoria. You would have, I mean,
you would have been
you
chewing
get
on
sweaty,
shit.
like, because I'm 100% sure it's not pure MDMA. Like, a lot of times, what they'll do with, like, quote unquote ecstasy and shit like that is it's either cut with, like, you know, a heroin base or a cocaine base. So the cocaine base will make you sweat a whole bunch, but neither one of them really take you out of reality. Like, you're still there. You're just fucking, and I've never tried the hair, but the cocaine one, ooh, you get horny.
See, mine was, I think it was like, had like a speed base to it. Because like mine.
I mean, I guess they can do that too. But that just means it's, I mean, I guess the heroin is technically.
I've never heard of it being mixed with heroin.
What?
Ecstasy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a speed base, though, because you have an upper in the MDMA and then the heroin.
Yeah, no, I think it's a wild night that he had. And it could have just been drunk. Like, I mean, you don't know. Like, you could get the panic attack and be sweaty just with alcohol. So, and honestly, I don't think that you'd be falling asleep that night if you were on ecstasy.
Right. Yeah, that's one thing too. It was like, you're going to be up well into the next day. And there was nothing about just like my mouth was so fucking dry. Like I licked my lips and it felt like, you know the chocolate lady off of SpongeBob, how dry she looks, the little skeleton spine. So that's what it feels like when you lick. You just. I think I've done ecstasy probably 4 or 5 times. Sometimes they use the thing, stacks. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's enjoyable, but it is like it does have a little like disorientation to it. And I'm just like, nah.
So yeah, the only time that I did it, and they called it Molly, so I don't, like, it's technically same vein.
I've done that a bunch.
It was
Molly's usually with amphetamines, so it usually has like an Adderall type base instead of like the traditional pure, or not pure, but the MDMA base.
Yeah, and
technically Molly's supposed to have the MDMA base, but it's Adderall.
And it was like a triple stack, and I took it after eating a bunch of mushrooms that night. And
that's what I did.
The first
Blue Transformer had a little Transformer head on it. It was so cool. I was like, oh, that's nice. My drugs are fucking Flintstone gummies. Like,
Love it.
the kids are gonna fucking love these.
And then the weed industry took that over, and now you can get any sort of candy you want with weed in it.
Had a girl shoot out a tonsil stone while giving me head while I was on ecstasy. And it ruined the mood completely.
Yeah, I never knew what a tonsil stone was until like a year ago. All right, best of today I fucked up, the month of July 2022. Today I fucked up by letting a delirious woman into my house thinking she had heat stroke. She was a mental patient from the hospital who proceeded to sit on my sofa and flick her bean. This happened yesterday in the UK while we were going through the hottest heat wave on record. It's 4 p.m. and I'm minding my own business in my back garden, tidying my shed, when I hear somebody trying to get into my back gate.
I wonder how hot it was there, though.
I mean, it gets the same as like here, like high 90s, 100. I peek through the gap to see an elderly woman looking very hot and distressed.
Ugh.
I'm guessing he doesn't mean as in like sexually hot, just hot.
She was sitting
Temperature
there.
hot.
I saw them little belly button suckers right there, and I was just,
I looked at her waist and saw the nipples, and I was like,
that's exactly where I like them located.
She notices me and starts shouting, "Please help me! Please! Please, sir! Can you help me?" I can't open the gate, so I tell her to go to the front door. I ran through the house and told her to come in and take a seat while I get her a glass of water. She's mumbling gibberish and rocking back and forth. Tells me she is lost. I suspected that she had a heat stroke and was suffering from delirium and exhaustion. Poor woman, thank God I saved her. I pop upstairs to get a damp towel and the fan. When I return, I find the woman sitting on my sofa, smoking a cigarette, masturbating. Great. You can't do that, I yell in bemusement. But
You can't do that.
Stop, please shit. I yell in bemusement, but she carries on, telling me how nice it feels. Can you lick my clitoris, she asks. To which I said, no way, and she needs to leave. Do you have a dog? What?
Damn, mama!
I see my chance to get her out of the house. Yes, I have a dog. Come with me. And I managed to get her up and out into the garden. You brought her into your backyard, dude? Like, what? She collapses onto the floor, making gagging noises, telling me she's going to die. Still with her hand between her legs. It is 40 degrees. So what's 40 degrees? And I want to say like 38 is body temperature. So
Is it?
somewhere around there.
I know the kilogram is 2.2. I don't know what Celsius to
I just wish we were
Fahrenheit to Celsius.
I just wish we were all on metric. Make life so much easier. Then I don't have to explain to my daughter that there's 12 inches in a foot.
104 degrees outside.
Yeah. Stout.
Fuck.
It's 40 degrees and I myself am struggling to be fair, so I know she will be in trouble if I don't get her out of the heat. I call 999. That seems like real easy to butt dial. I do agree that 911's way easier because you have to like strategically press those buttons.
Yeah, but like, what if like you're going through something? I mean, tap, tap, tap. One tap, tap, tap is so much easier.
Yeah, but then any kid that picks up a phone and starts hitting
To
buttons.
convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, this is so easy, okay?
Yeah.
Multiply the Celsius temperature by 1.8 or 9/5, and then add 32.
There you go.
Easy.
Yeah.
Super fucking easy.
And ours makes so much more sense because water freezes at 32. Water boils at 212. I mean,
It's easy.
You just, it's like instinctive, not it boils at 100 and it freezes at 0. That does, what kind of fucking nonsense is that?
It's not. It's nonsensical, honestly.
I wish the rest of the world was dumb and was on imperial and we were on metric and then it made sense and we could be like, America.
What's so fun is our gun and our drugs, though. They're metric.
Everything else, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I always bought weed, so it was always in ounces.
Yeah.
I didn't buy grams. I bought
You
ounces.
remember Gallon Man?
Gallon? Oh, on Whitest Kids You Know? What? Which one are you talking about?
Gallon Man was like actually in school where he had the gallon body, and then he had the quart, like the quart limbs and the pint and the cup fingers.
We
and
didn't
stuff
have
like
that.
Yeah, we had Gallon Man. We had to create a whole fucking superhero so kids could remember this shit.
Yeah, no, I'm good at it for the most part to know like what the breakdown is, but it's also, I question myself. It's always like, when you write a word out and you're like, is that spelled right? I'm pretty sure it's spelled right. But then you look at it and it's like, that's wrong.
That's not
That's
right.
fucking
Yeah,
wrong.
that is incorrect.
And then whenever I'm trying to figure out like a half gallon's this much and a gallon's this much. All right. I call 999. They take 5 minutes to answer, and eventually they tell me there are no ambulances. Is she breathing? Is she conscious? Okay, then. If she passes out, put her in the discovery position and fan her. Then call us back, and we'll try to hurry up.
Fan me while I masturbate, Squire.
She keeps asking for the dog and that she wants us both to make love to her.
Okay. All right.
No, not just you. I want the dog.
We want an interspecies threesome going on right now.
When I try to move her in the house, she keeps grabbing me and trying to kiss me. What the hell am I going to do? Just fucking go with
Them
it, bro.
hands rubbing all over his face too. Just
go with it, bro. You get her off, and then she's back to normal again.
Yeah, then she's gone. Like, it's easy.
The hospital is a 5-minute walk, so I make the decision to get her there by carrying her, or she is going to die from heat stroke. So I tell her I know a really nice dog across the road, and I'm going to take her to it. Her eyes light up, and she heads with me out of the garden. I get her to put her leggings on and begin to walk to the hospital while being sexually assaulted the whole way. 999 rings me back, and I tell them the plan. The closest door is the ear and throat department. Oh, I guess on the hospital. The closest door is the ear and throat department or something like that. So I carry her in there where there's air conditioning and sit her down. I shout for help and a nurse appears. She fetches some water and I leave her in their capable hands. They all seem to know who she was and apparently she had been on the mental ward. As I walk out, she yells, "Where's the dog to lick my clitoris?"
We need a shirt that says, "Where's the dog to lick my clitoris?"
The nurse is like, this is prime though. Like, I mean,
this is peak.
A guy trying to blow up his penis and stuff. Like, I mean, you could see that one coming from a mile away, but like a dog licking your clit. Like,
this is what a funny thumbnail for this would be. It's like the Not Safe for Work episode, and we just blur out the whole thumbnail.
And just have a dog like going.
Yeah, just a dog on the front.
I shrug my shoulders and walk out. I return home, lock all the doors and gates, and have a shower to wash the woman's sweat and fanny juice off of me. I've not seen her today. Hope she is feeling better. If the mods so wish, I can verify the story with video evidence as my house has Nest cameras, but I won't post these publicly for obvious reasons. Too long didn't read. I let a delirious woman into my house thinking she had heat stroke.
The mod's just like, yes, we need proof of this
we need
video.
All the video.
We need all this video, yes.
We will not be on Pornhub in the next 15 to 20 minutes.
We need also a picture of the potential dog you were thinking about.
She turned out to be a mental patient from the hospital who proceeded to masturbate on my sofa and sexually assault me. Edit 1. Gonna leave in the typo of recovery discovery. I believe they call it a Freudian slip. Edit 2, getting lots of requests, so here is a photo from my back garden CCTV. The inside video with sound is much better, but will remain unshared. Sorry. Thanks for all the awards.
For research.
I won today. I fucked up of the month. I've not seen the woman again, and my friend who works in A&E has never seen her either. I hope she is okay.
All right, well, for research purposes, here we go. All right.
The address is right there at the bottom.
Huh?
The address to type in is right at the bottom.
The immigrant. Okay, so entertain the people. Give your breakdown of that story right there, bud.
I think we just disproved our theory on that guys will pretty much do anything. Because he had a hot and heavy masturbating old woman, and he did not take that opportunity to go ahead and have a threesome with her and a dog. So there are lines that certain guys will not cross.
Bro has his like shirt off and is in boxers though. So
he got done doing it. He lied about the story.
But this is all we got. That's it. Boo. I mean, I don't want to fuck it. That's not the picture I want, but I wanted at least I don't know. What does she look like?
Yeah. And what was the dog that you were going to invite to the threesome?
Right. Yes.
That was probably his breaking point. He's like, I don't have a good dog that I'd want to, join in sexual relations with you. That was a wild one.
That was crazy one. That was a bit of a odd duck there, you know. But yeah, all right. Well, we're not going to get to find out what the lady at least looks like from the front.
For privacy reasons.
Yeah, sure, for privacy reasons. Yeah, that is a unfortunate thing though, because they are having obviously a very mental breakdown. I don't know what it's called.
It's so weird because I heard a lot more
I
shit
was really
about
hoping though it was like Mama though. And I'm sorry for cutting you off.
when I was younger, when I was a teenager, there was always so many things said about like donkey shows and horses and all this other stuff. And I'm thankful that that is not as prominent these days, but like that is something that, 15-year-old Dylan would have heard about from like urban legends of,
Carlos Mencia.
yeah,
That's the donkey. You want to see a donkey show? That guy stole all of his jokes apparently.
all of them.
All of them.
And like had no remorse.
Just no. He's like, I said it. Which Dylan does absolutely think that that's okay. I'm just kidding.
Huh?
Because you said if somebody writes for you, it's fine. But he was
That's
stealing
not-
jokes. I know.
yeah.
I said I was joking. Fuck.
It's not the
God,
same
you
thing,
ruined our
bro.
not safe for work episode.
Aw.
Dicks. Haha. There we go. Later, guys.
Later.